So, let's talk about it. First injury report of the week, Wednesday injury report, which, to be honest, as always, don't ever look too far into a Wednesday's injury report. I know, yes, it is important that because it is an injury report, but at the end of the day, Wednesday is really a nothing burger. A lot of times, players from the last game, if it's a rough game, they'll get rest, they'll get a day off, It's not really that big of a deal. If a player is coming back from injury or dealing with injury, sometimes on Wednesday, they just won't play. They won't, dress. They just won't be utilized. And again, it's really just a precautionary thing of, well, Thursday and Friday are the most important practices of the week. So Wednesday practice isn't really that humongous of a crazy deal. But again, we do like to look at every single week and kind of see where players are feeling, where players are, and kind of go off that, right? So Wednesday's process, Orlando Brown did not participate in process. As Zach Taylor has said, he is considered day-to-day. We play Mad Max Crosby this upcoming weekend, so it's very scary to see that our starting left tackle might not play, especially because if Cody Ford's our starting left tackle, I can promise you they're going to put Mad Max Crosby at all times on that left-hand side. So, yeah. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully Orlando Brown is fine and Orlando Brown can get going the next 2 days. This is a knee injury, which is, difficult for him to recover from. Obviously, footwork is one of the most important things as an offensive lineman. And so I'm just hoping everything works out there. Joe Burrow, we already know. This has been a, recovery process, whatever. T. Higgins, quadricep injury. Okay, so his quad is still a problem. Didn't play last week because of his quad. We don't know much from Zach Taylor about T. We do know right now it's kind of like, okay, well, if he can play, he can play. If he can't play, he can't play. And we're being very precautionary with him of not trying to force him to play if he can't play or not ready to play, right? So with that situation, I don't mind if he sat out another week, like if he didn't play this week versus the Raiders. I think we can win this game. I truly believe we can win this game. But I really would like T to be 100% healthy for the Ravens game, next week or 2 weeks from now. When we have a short week, we're going to be tired, we're going to be banged up, and then we have to travel to Baltimore to play the Ravens. That's a game where I would love to see T. Higgins 100%. So even if he can't go this week, if he has to sit out a week, we have an ugly win versus the Raiders, which, knowing us, we will make it way too close of a game for no freaking reason. Then I'm okay with that, right? As long as we aren't risking T. Higgins, playing this game and then being like 10% for the Ravens game. There's really no reason to go all out and make him play this game if he is still banged up and hurt. Last one is Kris Jenkins. Again, thumb injury. He's going to be on the injury report until he recovers from his surgery. Which, based on what I understand, he has recovered, but he still obviously has issues with it. So it's going to forever be on the injury report. Which I'm not really too upset about. The whole purpose of Joe Burrow and Kris Jenkins being on the injury report is for betting purposes. So that if you do bet on the Bengals, whether it's on offense or defense, then okay, well, there is somewhat of an issue with these two players. And you might not put certain money in certain places. It's all about transparency for the bettor. We already know. And I don't mind betting when it comes to football. I don't bet personally. I don't gamble. I understand some people love it. I get it. On this channel, one thing you would never see is a betting sponsor. A DraftKings, FanDuel, whatever. I don't sponsor them on this channel. Underdogs Fantasy, you'll see on other football channels. I don't do that. I personally don't like to promote something that someone could lose their house and lose all their money for. I don't know. It's like, for me, here's how I look at it is like, again, I'm not talking down to anyone who does do sponsorships, because one of my favorite channels, Tom Grossi, GPS, they do it, and I got no problem with it. I just personally, from a personal value thing, I could never promote something that someone could lose their house, lose a livelihood, lose, a really big part of their life. Now, if you gamble responsibly, absolutely. You know, you do you, right? You do whatever you want to do with your money. But that's my personal cup of tea, you know. On this channel, if you've been following me, you know, I got morals and values that I stick by with my life. And that's just one of those things where I'm like, you know, I'm probably not going to. I've been offered, and I'm like, I'm good. Anyway, that's the whole point. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.